Hi, back again with a new edition, version of or continuation of the previous video clipping. Here is a mind map. This is a very interesting mind map because it is after doing hundreds of mind maps that I have been able to get this one. This is from after going through all those large volumes of medical textbooks in the library and eventually honing down to those few categories of images which are seen in the textbooks. So here is one of them. This is the core, the essence of the images which are found there. They are, one is of the formulae, others are the pictures or the drawings, third one are the pictures of mind maps, moving, color, creative, big, and the challenges. Pictures may be photos, they may be microscopic of the micro photographs, and they may be complex diagrams, structures, graphs, tables, etc. So this is it. Behind me you see all mind maps which are there on A3 size paper. They have been done about 2 years back, maybe 1.5 years back, sitting in the library. The headphones, yes, an essential prerequisite of doing an excellent mind map is to listen to music, preferably classical, instrumental. Right now I am listening to the album created by Jean-Michel Jarre, Oxygen, series 1 to 13. So now when we go on to mind mapping, it was in about 2008 that a friend of mine, Mr. Ashwani Kumar Trivedi, he talked to me about mind mapping. Seeing my interest in converting pictures into visuals, he suggested to me to try mind mapping. It took me about 6 months to get into that, for he had to say a couple of times, but eventually I did. It took me 2 years to read those books again and again to understand what exactly was being said by Tony Buzan. I agreed totally with him, but I just kept on reading until one fine day I took a decision in 2010 to make 100 mind maps. It was written on a blank A4 size paper and stuck on the wall. I had done a few mind maps, but then I took the speed reading book and sat down early morning and copied 5 of them. Many times I'm asked a question, how to mind map. How? Whenever somebody talks to me about how, it reminds me of my English teacher in the 8th grade, who when asked how, she would say, with a kick of a cow. Now, of course, I wouldn't say that to you, but how? Do as all the great masters did. What did they do? They copied their masters. So what do? You copy mind maps. They are available there on Google Images. They are available there in books of mind mapping. Copy 5 of them and then do some of your own. Again copy 5-6 of them. Again do some of their own. Till you come to a stage where you have your own mind maps and you not really copy from them. In my analysis of the first 100 mind maps which I had planned to do in 12 months in 2010, I completed that in 6 months. Now that was something very magnificent and something very interesting. That is the magic of writing your goals and pursuing them. You can do them faster and better. In my analysis of my first 100 mind maps in 6 months, I found that about 60% of them were of books, and this is what it shows, that initially mind maps were made as study notes by Tony Buzan. He, as a college student, used to read a lot of books, get marvelously confused, and do poorly in exams. And such was my case too. In medical college, I would read big books, plenty of them, all in small print, get confused, and do poorly in the examinations. In spite of having done 85 mind maps, I still went for Dharmendra Rai's first mind map workshop in June 2010, and it was a revelation because there were so many other participants who, though children and doing for the first time, they did excellently. This is the time when we realize that how effective is the mind mapping done in a group. So for those who want to learn how to mind map, it is always advisable to attend a mind mapping workshop where there are many students, many participants, and you learn from them. There is synergy. I completed my 100 mind maps by the end of 6 months. It is very essential to attend a mind mapping workshop, preferably by somebody who has seen hundreds and thousands of mind maps. Next thing is about the why, the purpose. Why should you mind map? Coming down to it, it is only if you enjoy doing mind mapping, if you see it as a solution to the many challenges that are present in the 21st century, then only it will work. The how will come later. Time. When is it the time to start learning mind mapping? It is now, or it is yesterday. It should have been yesterday. It is to prevent certain complications of the fast moving and changing times. Fourth is the question of the place. Place you can mind map anywhere, in the house, at your workplace, in the college, in the factory, or wherever you want, on vacations, and on the internet also, and upload them on the internet. The technology is, as I already mentioned, it is to be done in a group, preferably in a workshop, and then you have to have a mentor who will guide you accordingly. For whom is it meant? I am very often asked, for whom is mind mapping meant? Now, if you have an apple, and do you ask that for whom is this apple and why should it be there? You don't act like a philosopher. If you are hungry, you are going to eat it. It's the same thing. It is for those people who are ambitious and who want something extra in life. Extra by way of time, extra by way of energy, and extra by way of credit, academic, financial, and social. So to summarize, mind mapping is essentially an activity which increases your creativity. A mind map is a document which makes you be in the present, and a mind mapper is essentially a networker who has mastered the art and science of whatever. Thank you.